Okay, ab exercises. I'm going to give you a bunch. I think for some effectiveness, you're going to want to hit up at least four of them, over 100 reps, so at least 25 a piece. And if you can push yourself further than that and do 50 a piece, get to 200 with some variation. Remember to give yourself a day of rest. And the interesting thing about the abdominal muscle is you right after you hit it up, generally there's a little bit of swelling of the abdominal muscle. So sometimes a day after, it seems as if you have some expansion in the abdominal area, but then eventually it just sucks down. So it's usually a day up and then day back. Um, so it's there's no real such thing as specializing or pinpointing an area, but I mean when you work your core, it just makes you more mobile, and the more you do these things, you'll go through a larger range of motion. As you get better at them, and the larger the range of motion, um, the better the product. And the product is certainly losing weight and toning up your body. Um, so I'm gonna take us to the ground. Okay, so do the best I can for you to see everything. Starting out first, what you can do is you can just do a 90-degree sit up. We're in there, cross your legs 90-degree, hands behind the head, and just trying to make the contact. When you do this, what you'll find is if you take a slower variation, you'll feel a lot more effectiveness or muscle twitch. So if I had hands behind the head, don't have in front, hands go behind the head, but don't jerk your neck up. Don't move your neck. You just have the hands above, so that way it opens up the rib cage a little bit. But if you come up and come it down slowly, you'll feel a muscle twitch. So up, you go as fast as you want, but down, take it slowly. And that's actually a pretty effective measure right there. Second one, we can do opposite arm to opposite leg. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with a straight arm. And what you'll do is you'll try to hit. The idea is once you get your range of motion, you want your elbow to hit your knee. Now, you're not going to be able to get that right off the bat, but that's the intention. So that's what you're trying to aim for. So you just go from one side, you lift up the leg, and then you want to get, and the straight arm will get the shoulder blade off. Start with a straight body, elbow extended above you. What that does, it will cross and get you more of an oblique. Okay? Next up, what we're going to do. Let me think of another one. Oh, so obviously a Russian twist is a really good one, in which you have both your legs up and you try to go side to side and touch your hips on the side of you. The hardest thing is being able to keep your balance, keep both feet up. But what you can do is you can modify it. So what you do, instead of having both feet up, you just have one leg up, and that'll actually work the quad and the hip flexor, and you go side to side. I always say, look behind you, because even one leg up is going to have effectiveness. Now you want to switch legs, so you can do one repetition is hit on both sides. So you can do 25 repetition with your right leg up, 24, 25, switch the other side. And eventually, if you can get to a point where you have this hollow position, it's going to be tense on the lower back. So it's going to take some time. And even for myself, when I get back and do it, it hurts my lower back. It can hurt my lower back. It has pretty good effectiveness. So once you get to that point, you have that stability, that's another location you can go. Another thing is going to be what I like to call 180 to 135 leg lifts. So a conventional leg lift is going to be a straight body, legs going to come all the way up to a 90 degrees at the hip flexor and come down slowly. But what you're going to do is you're going to start with your heels right off the ground, point the toes, and you're just going to do quick motions. You're going to go half motions, knees locked. After about 5 or 6 of them, you'll start to feel the pull in the lower abdominal. Okay, so once you do that, that's the motion. You can try to hit about 50 of those quick leg lifts. Another thing you can do is add another variation onto it. You can have the quick leg lift and go. Quick little hollow body. We call these hollow bodies. You keep the arms straight, you keep the legs, and it's just a quick little flutter. So it's the action of just trying to pulse your upper body and reach forward as you're lifting your leg up. Maybe it takes you a few times to get this variation, because sometimes if you get the timing off, legs come first and you're up, and then you're lopsided, the body weight comes forward. It has to be both at the same time. Reach, reach, and that leads to eventually getting all the way up once you have that mobility. Okay, that gives you about 4 to start out with. I'm trying to think if there's anything else effective at this point. One thing that you can do for a side lunge to work an oblique. So a side lunge is typically elbow up, hips up, feet over top of each other. Okay? What you can do is curl this knee in, get up on one knee, have one leg straight out, and you could also work that. It will work the lower oblique and work a side lunge. Okay? Side lunge. If you can get 2 feet over the top of one another, then do that. And you want to try to hit 30 seconds. 30 seconds to 1 minute is the barometer for that type of stuff. So no more than 200 reps. But, I mean, some days you're going to want to go further, and that's fine too. You can add in like a push-up on the bench. So if you have a bench, which I think you do at home, you just go into more of a lean and try to do push-ups on an incline bench, because a push-up on the incline is going to be a whole lot easier. That wasn't a very good demo. And this bench is pretty low, but still, it's easier than an actual push-up on the ground. And what you can do is try to get that 90 degree. And a push-up works your core just as well as anything else. It's just like a plank too. So it gives you a bunch to look forward to doing. Don't do it 2 days in a row. You lose effectiveness on any type of progress in the abdominal muscle if you do 2 days in a row. They're small muscle groupings. The abdominals, each abdominal is small, so it takes longer time to recover, but 24 hours should be fine. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.